Just off about something.
Oh, what's up?
Ninja Turtles, the movie.
I'm hyped for it. I'm hyped for the second one.
I'm hyped for the second one.
The second one look alright because of Bebop and Rocksteady. That's the only reason. But at the end of the day, stop making it for kids.
What are they gonna make it for?
No, because the 1990. Listen, the original comic books was raw gangster thug Ninja Turtles,
and they were parodying Daredevil.
Yeah, exactly. It was raw. It was raw. So the first movie that came out, if you look at that movie now, you go, this is like for teenagers and stuff.
Yeah.
It's puppetry and it's done really well. Yes. Part 2 and 3, no, we're not talking about that. Vanilla Ice and all that. Well, but I'm saying though, like, why can't we just go back to that? Why we got to do everything CG?
Because
why?
You have to think of the properties that are, I guess, really running with that. Because in the end, I guess, really. Because I'm not a fan of CG. I prefer
practical effects.
Practical effects. If you see the transition that the original Lord of the Rings had, where you had all these people in makeup as orcs, as opposed to like CGI armies, I feel like it brings more depth to the story.
Right.
But you also can't be the one to be behind on the times. If they brought up a new Ninja Turtles movie with Jim Henson's puppets, no,
we're gonna make fun of that.
No. See, that's what you're not. See, but Star Wars, they brought it back to puppetry, the new Star Wars, and that made millions.
But that
movie,
to be a balance. That doesn't mean that movie was
not
good.
one headlining character.
That doesn't mean that movie was good.
The headlining characters were not puppets.
Well, hold on, but it's going to be a trilogy, and they're going back to puppetry. What I'm saying is they need to have a balance. Yes, you go to puppetry, practical stuff, but at the same time, use CG for stuff that you need to use CG for to make it be like, okay, all right, that's believable.
What didn't you like about the?
Those are supporting.
About the new Star Wars?
Yeah, what
Holy Kylo Ren, son! Now he's straight get.
No.
Okay, so who am I going to root for? Rey? No personality. None.
Whoa.
Compared to Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren has everything going for. What does Rey have going for? I can use the Force. And you know what pisses me off about that ending fight? They're fighting, right? Kylo Ren's like, oh, I can show you the ways of the Force. She's like, oh yeah, the Force exists. She closed her eyes, and then blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Bam. She wins. I was like, what did I just watch?
We have seen throughout the entire Star Wars franchise that if you have an affinity for the Force, because one of the funniest lines of the movie was, that's not how the Force works. How does it work then, Harrison Ford? We don't know how the Force works.
That's my biggest problem with Star Wars.
But then it opens up the door where something like that happening is
Why did
realistic.
I mention Star Wars?
I don't know. You got you should have saw where you were, man.
I still didn't finish my point in the
Wait, okay, yeah, we'll come back to that.
Why the hell?
Have a rebuttal to that.
Why the fuck do they have nostrils?
But
like, my Ninja Turtles don't have nostrils.
that is a transition.
If they're Ninja Turtles and they're ninja and you're not supposed to know it's them, why the fuck are they like 7 feet tall?
Well, here's
like
the thing.
8 feet tall, like huge.
Yeah, no,
that's clearly a mutant.
I am fundamentally against their original their design, but the fact that they use CGI, harkening back to that, the thing with it, you mentioned Star Wars. None of the main cast within Star Wars, even the ones who are puppets, because they have brought it back and practical effects made that film beautiful.
Right.
But we're not seeing the story's not about them. Like it's not about Chewie, whoever the guy is in the costume. It's about every live person who's in it.
Right.
So if it was like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they're not supporting characters; they are the main characters. So if we saw them as puppets throughout the majority of the first film,
you would get tight.
There would be no. Yeah.
First of all, go look at the first movie. It still looks good.
It still looks good.
And they look like the comic book.
But I am very aware that it was made in the 90s. Like, if this came out,
and it was made in 89 or 90.
Yeah, and then they had a couple more
props.
No, it looks.
How you look better than the new movie?
I tell you, I'm not disagreeing with that, but you can't argue that if they came out in 2014.
Think about the universe with Dimension X and the big I forgot what it was called, the big Shredder Dome thingy, Krang, the characters that they have in the movie that they could do. But I'm saying though, they could, you know how they go Turtles in Time where they go everywhere. Right. Can you imagine a movie like that? But done well? Come on, man.
See, but my thing with the Turtles is Casey Jones. I've always been
you get CM Punk to play Casey Jones.
They got Stephen Amell.
See, but the thing is, I love Stephen Amell. I love Arrow. He doesn't scream Casey Jones. Casey Jones.
You gotta get CM
Punk. They didn't
Punk.
even give him long hair. It's like he's right off the Arrow set. He's just doing this thing.
Get CM Punk.
Yeah, like Casey Jones is teenage angst. It's a dude who saw what was going on in his neighborhood and was like, yo, I'm gonna beat all of you up. Stephen Amell doesn't scream that. Stephen Amell is a serial killer in the background, like, do that. Rob that girl and watch us. I will kill your family.
Conor McGregor as Rat King?
Wow.
That'd be fun.
That would be interesting. But
I mean, they
but
could do
like,
they could do. You know how many characters? Because the comic book, they based off the cartoon show, added more characters. That's the ones you saw in the games and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like the alligator dude, Baxter Stockman, who's gonna be played by
Tyler Perry.
Medea.
He looks like he's having so much fun though.
Listen,
they just messing everything up.
Their source material is not the comic book. You gotta remember, this is an adaptation of a cartoon series that is an adaptation of other properties. That is an adaptation of the comic book.
There's no.
They're a long way from the comic book.
There's
So
no
Baxter
main
Stockman,
continuity.
I actually laughed when I saw his face when he was all happy.
He looked like he was having fun.
This is my biggest point of contention.
That's
for the
their
original.
money. That's their money.
But
Guy.
their
We
movie,
have
the
him in
movie,
the movie.
I got over the look because aesthetics, I kind of take, I take that out of my mind when I'm looking at movies now. Aesthetics aren't the biggest deal for me. The problem I had with that movie was it wasn't the Ninja Turtles movie. It was the April O'Neil movie featuring the Turtles. If it was a band, the April O'Neils and the Pips. Because that was the thing. We saw more of her than we saw of the Turtles, where I think the thing that made the original movies that much better is that a lot of scenes were just chill scenes of the Turtles, laying back,
it
talking,
looked like the comic book.
Yeah, it looked like it, aesthetics once again, but story-wise, we had more time with the Turtles. We understood why they were ninjas. This was like, dude got a ninja book in the toilet. Who flushes a ninja book into the sewers?
I didn't exactly think that one through.
It was messed up. It was the entire story.
They could do so freaking much. Let me make the movie, Hollywood. I'll make y'all millions.
Honestly, Hollywood, you heard it here.